Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Universalist Church of West Hartford, in which love is the spirit. And thank you for being here on such a gorgeous day. It's a special day in many ways. I'm Gretchen Fountain, the co-president of your Board of Trustees. If you're a visitor, we hope you'll sign our guest book or visit our webpage, www.westhartforduu.org, to learn more. There you can use the contact page to get onto our electronic mailing list, which is the best way to stay in touch. We look forward to helping you become part of the Universalist Church. If you would like to wear a mask, we do have high-quality masks available from the ushers in the back, and we do require masks for unvaccinated people over 2. After worship, we'll have fellowship in Fisk Hall and through Zoom. If you need help finding your way to Fisk Hall, please ask any member of the church who's wearing a name tag, or just follow the crowds who are hankering for caffeine. Also, I wanted to let you know that there's a new member orientation this morning, part 2, in the Programs Center. You have time to go to Fisk Hall, grab a cup of coffee, and then come back up if you are part of that process, because it's going to be a great possibility to learn from different people in the church about different programs. And I want to tell you that today is a very special day because it is our Youth Sunday. That means that our young people are running the program. As soon as I leave this microphone, it's all theirs. Not only that, it's the first Youth Sunday that we've had since 2019. And that also means that these young folks have never had a chance to participate in a Youth Sunday before when they were younger, or to even really see them, some of them. So let's give them all our love and support and grace. And I want to add that the very first time I came into this building, just as an experiment, I sat in the back, and it was a Youth Sunday, which I'd never even heard of a congregation giving over a Sunday program to their teenagers. And I'm still here 17 years later, so it went pretty well for me. I hope you enjoy it as much. Now I invite you to take a moment, make your mobile phones silent, turn off your email, put away your keyboards, and settle in for worship.
Good morning. So as most of you know, I am Claire. I'm the youth advisor for our high school youth group. I've been doing this job now for about 5 years, I would say, and it's been a pleasure. I really have loved getting to know each and every one of you, getting to know the youth groupers and your families. And I would say, so this is my second Youth Sunday as a youth group advisor. I did do one back in 2019 with Lucas, if you guys remember him. I loved Lucas. But anywho, so I just kind of wanted to talk a little bit about our group now. They are just such bright young minds, inquisitive and caring. They have taught me so much in my time with them. And I hold a special place in my heart for all of you guys, and I'm going to cry this whole service. You guys are just very special to me, and you guys have made me laugh. I've laughed along with you. We've had such meaningful discussions and times together, and your compassion for each other and for the church and just for life is just unparalleled. Honestly, it has been so wonderful to be there with you all every Sunday. So without further ado, the Youth Sunday youth group. Yay, guys.
Fire consumes and casts a bright light. May our chalice flame consume our regrets for our past, our fears about the future, and our worries about today. May it light for us a path of joy and peace. All right, we're all good. Please rise in body or in spirit and join us in singing hymn number 62 in the Black Hymnal. Please remain standing and join me in the Unison Affirmation. Love is the spirit of this church, and service its law. This is our great covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in love, and help one another. Thank you.
I would like to invite the children up for time for all ages. I would like to invite the children up for time for all ages. Raymond loved to draw. Anytime, anything, anywhere. One day, Raymond was drawing a vase of flowers. His brother, Leon, leaned over his shoulder. Leon burst out in laughter. "What is that?" he asked. Raymond could not even answer. He just crumpled up the drawing and threw it across the room. Leon's laughter haunted Raymond. He kept trying to make his drawings look right, but they never did. After many months and many crumpled sheets of paper, Raymond put his pencil down. "I'm done." Marisol, his sister, was watching him. you want?" he snapped. "I was watching you draw," she said. Raymond sneered. "I'm not drawing. Go away." Marisol ran away, but not before picking up a crumpled sheet of paper. "Hey, come back here with that." Raymond raced after Marisol, up the hall and into her room. He was about to yell, but fell silent when he saw his sister's walls. He stared at the crumpled gallery. "This is one of my favorites," Marisol said, pointing. "That was supposed to be a vase of flowers," Raymond said, "but it doesn't look like one." "Well, it looks vase-ish," she exclaimed. "Vase-ish?" Raymond looked closer. Then he studied all of the drawings on Marisol's walls and began to see them in a whole new way. "They do look ish," he said. Raymond felt light and energized. Thinking ishly allowed his ideas to flow freely. He began to draw what he felt, loose lines, quickly springing out without worry. Raymond once again drew and drew the world around him. Making an ish drawing felt wonderful. He filled his journal, tree-ish, house-ish, boat-ish, afternoon-ish, fish-ish, and sun-ish. Raymond realized he could draw his feelings too, peace-ish, silly-ish, excited-ish. His ish art inspired ish writing. He wasn't sure if he was writing poems, but he knew they were poem-ish. One spring morning, Raymond had a wonderful feeling. It was a feeling that even ish words and ish drawings could not capture. He decided not to capture it. Instead, he simply savored it. And Raymond lived ishfully ever after.
Can you join us in singing the children out, please?
This Youth Sunday, our offering recipient is Fern Street Food Ministry Walk Against Hunger. Growing out of the Universalist Church of West Hartford, Fern Street has held on to the spirit of love and compassion as we have expanded our programs over the years. Through the course of the last 10 years, our doors have been open and remained open. We now have 5 programs to help mitigate food insecurity, and we know we can do more. The needs of our community have grown, and turning people away with nothing is something we won't do.
It's clouds, illusions I recall. I really don't know clouds at all.
Hello everyone and good morning. My name is Ian Nevins, and I'm a senior and part of the senior high youth group here at church. Firstly, I would like to thank Reverend Adam and Reverend Joy for allowing us to continue this tradition. I would also like to take the time to thank Claire, who has devoted countless hours to running youth group for as long as I've been a part of it. Her dedication to the youth group and to each kid is indescribable. She's been there for people who need her and has been more than we could have ever asked for. The church and I thank you for your leadership and kindness. Now, I'm sure some of you are wondering what youth group is exactly. For the past 4 years, I've been a member of this group. We meet every Sunday for a couple hours and occasionally show our faces around church. We have helped organize coffee hour and help with charity fundraisers. Our primary purpose is to provide a space for high schoolers at the church to feel safe and to get away from school or other issues in their lives. We play games and sometimes just talk for 2 hours. Normally, you would have met us each year, as Youth Sunday is supposed to be a yearly occurrence. But everyone knows that the past 4 years have been everything but normal. With COVID interrupting life my freshman year and other complications since then, I have not had the opportunity to speak or to help during Youth Sunday. But now here I am, and it is my pleasure to share with you my 4-year youth group experience. My favorite part of youth group, and I'm sure everyone else will agree with me, is the lock-in. For those who don't know what this is, 2 nights a year, the youth group spends the night at the church. I know that sounds a little sketchy, 9 teenagers running around the church at night, but trust me, we're very responsible. During this time, we play numerous amounts of games, including everyone's favorite, Sardines, which is just a hide-and-seek spin-off. This night provides all the members with the time to have fun and not really worry about life. Plus, the lock, stock, and bagels in the morning is also a big bonus. We talk about current issues, mental health, and occasionally politics. Even though it's mostly fun and games, youth group is still a space where all of our members can feel comfortable sharing their own issues because they know that they are within an accepting and loving community. We debate about many issues and seek to educate ourselves on the current state of the country while keeping inclusivity and kindness at the forefront of our thoughts. Now that you know about the youth group and who we are, I'd like to talk about Youth Sunday. First of all, I'd like to welcome all the new families who've decided to join this church and the community. Youth Sunday is an annual tradition where the senior high youth group is responsible for organizing and running the service. Today is an opportunity for all of you to meet us and experience some of our talents and enjoy a service from a teenager's perspective. As you have already heard, this group is very musically inclined, and we have multiple singers and musicians here. That's also why I'm speaking, because my singing will not be very enjoyable for all of us. I hope you find meaning in this service, as a lot of effort was put into it. I will be graduating next month, and as I begin the next chapter of my life, I'm confident that being a part of the youth group has set the foundation for who I will become. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Jenny Marks. I'm also a senior. What is youth group? If you asked me this question when I was a freshman, I would have responded something along the lines of, a place I don't want to be at. Today, my answer is, a place I don't want to leave. When I first joined as a freshman, I was quiet. I didn't talk much and didn't participate in many games or discussions. In fact, the only question you could count on me answering was when Claire would ask how our weekend was, to which I respond, fine, and the conversation moved on. I didn't even go to our fall lock-in, something I very much regret because there are still mentions of it today. To me, youth group was just a disturbance to any potential Sunday night plans. The word potential is important here. I really don't know what I, a 15-year-old girl, would get up to on a Sunday night, but nonetheless, I was still annoyed. Then came COVID. I think I went to 2 Zoom calls and then abruptly decided to stop going. And my sophomore year, I didn't go at all. Then junior year, I actually started to really look forward to youth group. I don't know exactly what made me change my attitude. Maybe it was because Maddie Pete had joined. But being in youth group started to become a part of who I was. Our lock-in, though, was definitely a factor. Since it was still 2020 and we were required to wear masks in church, a full overnight lock-in was hopeless. Instead, we stayed until 1 a.m. and went home afterwards. But that night was probably one of the best nights of my life. We did Yankee swap, and I got a blanket, an extremely rare win, FYI, so that was one for the books. The night was mainly running around the halls, playing sardines, eating food, and microwaving cookies. I participated in my first power shuffle, which lived up to its name. It's powerful. Claire and I had a long talk while everyone else played laser tag as well. And that conversation, that small, insignificant conversation, changed everything for me. I realized that these people are a vital part of my life. When my friends moved away from college, when I started feeling more lonely, and when I lost one of my most important friendships, youth group was the one place I could count on for still being there. So what is youth group? Youth group is where I belong and where I find the people I trust and love. Thank you. Sorry, I forgot I was supposed to be doing this. Please rise and join me in the Doxology.
Hi, my name is Lisa Smithhorn, and this is one of my favorite Sundays of the year. This is called Prayer for Bridging, and it's written by Oaf Barrington Haber. As the child leaves the doorstep, the parent prays, "Please keep my child safe and give me the courage to let them go out to explore the world." The child prays, "Watch over my parents while I'm gone and help them believe that I really do know what I'm doing." The grandparent prays, "Thank you for this precious gift twice given. Let me remember that my child and my grandchild is each their own person, and let them remember that my door is always open." And now we're going to have just a moment of silence, and this moment of silence prayer is adapted from Lori Walk. We could all just use a moment of peace to count our breath, to quiet the noise, to let our spirits be still. Perhaps as we sit, we will count our blessings, name them one by one. And now let's sing together, Spirit of Life. It's hymn number 123 in our gray hymnal.
Good morning. I hope you're all enjoying this beautiful Sunday. In our Unitarian Universalist faith, we celebrate and value the unique perspectives and contributions of our young people. As a youth in the Unitarian Universalist Church, I believe that we are an essential part of the community, and I want to take a moment to reflect on what it is meant to be a youth in our faith. Understanding our faith. Unitarian Universalism is a faith tradition that encourages us to question, seek truth, and embrace diversity. As a youth, we have the unique opportunity to explore our own spiritual path while being supported by a loving community. In our church, we respect and celebrate all religious and non-religious backgrounds, allowing each person to find their own understanding of the divine. Being a youth in the Unitarian Universalist Church means being a part of a community that truly cares for one another. We recognize that every individual has inherent worth and dignity, and we strive to create an inclusive and welcoming space for all. As a youth, we have a voice in shaping our community's values, priorities, and activities. Our ideas and perspectives, regardless of our age, are valued and respected. By leading services, engaging in social justice initiatives, or simply spending time with fellow youth in informal settings, we are contributing to the vibrant tapestry of our community. As a youth, I believe that we are in a transformative period of self-discovery. Unitarian Universalism embraces the exploration of personal identity, and we affirm our right to explore and express our authentic selves. Our faith encourages us to ask questions, challenge assumptions, and seek our own truth. We celebrate the diversity of identities, including gender, sexual orientation, race, ethnicity, and more. In this community, I have found love and support as I navigate the path of self-discovery. Being a youth in a Unitarian Universalist Church means living out our shared values in a wider world. Our faith calls us to justice, to engage in social justice work, to stand up for equality and justice, and to actively dismantle systems of oppression. As youth, we have the power to be change makers, to be the voices for those who are marginalized, and to be advocates for a more compassionate and just society. So if I could give a message to the future youth of our congregation, this would be it. Dear youth, you are not just the future of our faith, you are an integral part of the present. Being a youth in Unitarian Universalist Church means embracing your unique gifts, exploring your personal identity, building a beloved community, and living out your shared values. Remember, you are loved and supported here, and your voice matters. May you go forth with courage, compassion, and curiosity, knowing that you have a loving community to support you.
Hi everyone, my name is Caitlin Striff. I'm a senior in our youth group. And I'm going to take a slightly different route for my sermonette today because I don't really get to see you all very often, so I figured I'd give you a little bit of an insight on me and my experience this year as a senior in our youth group and all of that. Okay. I'm standing in the middle of a pitch black basement of this church, and the only reason why I know I'm not alone is because I can hear the other youth group members breathing. We're doing a power shuffle, an activity where our youth group leader, Claire, reads out personal questions, and we answer them on a spectrum of the room. The left is no and the right is yes, and we move ourselves depending on where we feel we fit. Claire's next question tonight is, are you proud of yourself? I don't move. I stay in the middle, both and neither yes and no. I've been thinking about that question, and I've been reflecting on this year and what it's meant to me. This reflection is not in any way I mean to be telling you all what it means to have a difficult life or a difficult time of year. It's just, I know that this year is the first year I've really had to experience some difficult real life events, and like death and severe disappointment and loss, and it's forced me to reevaluate a lot of the way I view my life. So this is me, kind of a youth in our church, and almost 18-year-old explaining this is my first time, and this is what I've done to deal with it. This year has been a year of frustration for me. My senior year of high school didn't fall into place like I always thought it would, the way I felt I deserved, and I was frustrated. The entire college process was a nightmare. Like, I never want to see a Common App ever again, ever. I had so many commitments that I felt off balance all of the time. My close friend passed away from brain cancer on April 3rd, and I haven't even truly processed that part of my year yet, so I'll focus on the parts that I have. This entire year has flooded me with more emotions than I will truly understand. But as unpleasant as all of it was, it also brought me to the realization that frustration and disappointment can be productive because it forces you to confront the expectations you had going in. That frustration made me sit with myself and break down my goals and aspirations and down to what they genuinely meant to me. Did I want to go to this college, or did I just want to be seen as the girl who did and get the validation that came with it? Am I disappointed that I didn't get this solo or do well on this exam or run fast enough in this race because I genuinely wanted it, or did I need this goal to feel proud of myself? Maybe it was a bit of both. What I found was that everything I wanted was almost an excuse for an emotion I wanted to feel. I wanted to feel like I was athletic and smart and musically talented. I wanted to feel like I was enough. And unfortunately, the external validation I was searching for would never be enough. I was never going to feel like the best possible version of myself because I'm constantly changing like all of you. Which brings me back to the power shuffle question. Am I proud of myself? I stayed in the middle originally because I felt like I couldn't answer that question yet. I didn't think I had done enough. But to be honest, I will never do enough. So rather than basing my self-worth on what I've done, I want it to be about who I am. I want it to be about the way I move through the world, the way I hug, the way I laugh, the way I speak to my friends, the way I sing, the way I dance, the way I just exist as I am. I want to move with love like we teach in this church, not just for myself and for others as well. Loving myself on the way to my goals won't stop me from being stubborn and driven. Rather, it will push me harder. I am proud of myself for who I am and who I'm becoming. And in this moment, if I was in the pitch black basement somewhere below our feet and could answer again, I'd move all the way to the right, or at least most of the way. Thank you. Goodness. Now will you please all join me in saying our unison benediction. We stand? We stand? Sure. If you are willing and able, please stand. Body and spirit. Engage with the world in peace. Have courage. Hold on to what is good. Return to no person, evil for evil. Strengthen the faint-hearted. Support the weak. Help the suffering. Honor all beings. And now I'm going to do the first verse of this